The next thing we need to do is ensure that the start and end points of the profile line up with the axis of symmetry. I'll turn the grid on and switch to the Modify panel. I'll go to the vertex sub-object level. Observe that the start point has a box around it. That tells us that it's the first vertex in this spline. I'll select it and move it over in X. I want it to be right on the major axis line, so I'll right-click on the X spinner to set its value to 0. And I'll do the same for the end vertex. Now they line up perfectly. I'll zoom in here and begin adjusting the shape of the profile. I'll start by selecting this vertex and right-clicking. I'll change the type from corner to Bezier corner on the Tools 1 quad. That gives us axis handles shown in green here, which we can use to change the shape of the tangency of the curve as it passes through that vertex. Now, I'll turn off the grid and observe that the axis handles are constrained by the transform gizmo. So right now I can only drag this green handle back and forth along the x-axis because the x-axis is active. I'll go up here and click on the plane handle without dragging to set the constraint to the xy plane. Now I can come down here and change the position of this handle. So I can change the angle and the magnitude to control the curvature there. A Bezier corner vertex allows you to create a cusp or discontinuity in curvature here at this vertex, and that makes for a edge line when the object is lathed. I'll select this vertex and make it a Bezier vertex. Now this works in a similar way, but the Bezier vertex type ensures that the handles are always parallel, which means that there won't be a discontinuity in curvature here, and it will be perfectly smooth as it wraps around that corner. Now you might be wondering, why does the spline look chunky? That has to do with interpolation. Let's go to the interpolation rollout and increase the number of steps to 10, and that makes the curve a lot smoother. Let's also move this vertex over so that the top surface looks more or less flat. And you can take advantage of aliasing on the screen to see this little stair-stepping effect that occurs. And when you eliminate that, you know that it's completely flat and level.